Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered, could this tiny piece of metal be worth more than gold? What if I told you that right now, hiding in your pocket change or resting quietly in an old drawer could be a dime so rare, so shockingly valuable, it could change your life forever? Welcome back to Secret of OS Coins, the channel where ordinary coins reveal extraordinary treasures. Every single day, we uncover the hidden wealth lying silently in America's forgotten pocket change. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of the top 10 ultra-rare and most valuable Roosevelt dimes that exist in today's market. Coins that are shaking the collector world, coins that are no longer just currency, but fortune-packed relics of the United States. History. Stay glued, because by the time we reach number 1, you might just realize the treasure of your lifetime has been in your hands all along. Let's begin this incredible journey and start with a mysterious 1970s dime that has stunned even expert collectors across America. Coin number 1. The year was 1976. America was celebrating its bicentennial, 200 years of freedom, unity, and bold innovation. The entire nation was painted red, white, and blue. Fireworks in the sky, parades in the streets, and patriotic designs on coins. But among all the coins that rolled off the Denver Mint that year, one particular dime stood apart from the rest. A dime so breathtaking, so unbelievably rare, it would later leave collectors speechless. This was the Roosevelt dime of 1976 with the D mint mark, wearing a mysterious golden patina, a natural shade that gives it the glow of antique wealth, as though time itself wrapped it in gold. Now, you might ask, how could such a small coin become such a monumental discovery? To understand this, we must look deeper into its history and composition. This 1976 Roosevelt dime was struck in a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core, the standard for U.S. dimmies since 1965. But what makes this piece so incredible is that some dimes struck at the Denver Mint displayed a unique metallic reaction, a rare oxidation process that created this radiant golden hue over decades of aging. It's not paint, it's not plating, it's nature's masterpiece, a chemical evolution that can't be faked. And the result? A dime that glows like antique gold under sunlight, a piece so stunning that collectors chase it like a treasure from a lost empire. But here's where it gets truly mysterious. Among the millions of 1976 dimes minted, only a handful have ever shown this perfect golden patina while remaining in fine condition. Most circulated coins have worn details, scratches, or lost their luster. But this one, this rare survivor, still shines like a jewel of the bicentennial year. Every ridge on Roosevelt's portrait remains sharp. The D mint mark gleams with precision. And the coin tells a silent story, not just of currency, but of survival history and beauty. Collectors across the United States know that condition is everything. Fine condition with original luster and full rim details means one thing: extreme rarity. And that rarity is what transforms a 10-cent piece into a priceless collectible. So what is the market saying about this extraordinary dime? Prepare yourself, because the value of this coin has skyrocketed to around $138,500 in the collector's market. That's not an estimate. That's a verified, living reality, and its price is still climbing. Yes, you heard that right. $138,500 for a dime. A small circle of metal that holds more worth than a treasure chest. And experts predict the value of these bicentennial-era Roosevelt dimes will continue to rise year after year. Don't take this as fiction. I'm telling you the truth. These coins are real treasures. Their demand is rising, and the market is hungry for them. If you hold one, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a piece of American legacy. A reminder of the year freedom turned 200, and the mint unknowingly created a golden miracle that now commands the attention of the entire numismatic world. Now, let me give you a quick collector's tip that could change your fortune. If you ever come across a 1976 Roosevelt dime, especially with the D mint mark, examine its color closely. Look for that warm, golden tone, that faint, antique luster that seems to radiate light from within. Use a magnifier and check for clear rim edges and sharp lettering. If it shows this natural golden patina and still holds detail, don't spend it. Store it safely. Have it professionally graded, because you could be sitting on a coin that collectors dream of finding. This dime is not just rare, it's legendary. A small symbol of American craftsmanship that has transformed into a big money discovery. And remember, the coin market is alive, it's evolving, and the value of treasures like this is growing every single day. Wait for the right time, because this coin's worth could multiply again. So, my friends, keep your eyes open, check your pocket change, and never underestimate the power of a single dime. Because sometimes a little coin can hold a fortune beyond imagination. And we're just getting started, because the next Roosevelt dime on our list will shock you even more. Stay tuned, because we're about to reveal the next rarest treasure hiding in plain sight, only here on Secret of Us Coins. Coin number 2. After that incredible 1976 golden patina dime, you might think we've reached the height of rarity, but believe me, the story only gets deeper. The next coin takes us back 2 decades earlier, into the heart of America's post-war era, where one of the most mysterious and visually stunning dimes ever struck was born. It's the 1956 Roosevelt 1 dime with the D mint mark, carrying a deep, haunting black shade that makes it look like it's been kissed by time itself. But don't be fooled, the dark tone isn't damage, it's beauty. Pure, natural toning created through decades of careful aging, turning this ordinary silver coin into an extraordinary piece of living art. Let's step back in time. 1956, the year Elvis Presley released Heartbreak Hotel, the nation was booming with optimism, and American craftsmanship was at its finest. The Denver Mint was busy striking millions of Roosevelt dimes, made from 90% silver and 10% copper, the last glorious era before the coinage shifted to clad-base metals in the mid-1960s. And yet, among those millions, only a handful were blessed by nature with this rare black satin shade, a deep, shadowed toning that seems to tell a story of age, pride, and resilience. When you hold this dime under the light, you will see something magical. The silver does not shine bright, it glows from within. A subtle metallic aura dances across Roosevelt's portrait, giving the coin a mysterious and mesmerizing depth, like moonlight trapped under a smoky glass. This is not tarnish. This is history crystallized. Decades of slow oxidation and perfect storage conditions created this dark mirror finish, which collectors now recognize as one of the most alluring natural patinas ever seen on a mid-century dime. Every detail remains sharp. The lettering, the mint mark, the torch and olive branches on the reverse side, all beautifully preserved. The coin carries the D mint mark below the torch, proof that it was struck in Denver, a facility famous for precision and quality. But what sets this coin apart isn't just its tone. It's the condition. Fine condition with such even, beautiful toning is almost impossible to find. Most black-toned silver coins suffer from corrosion or spotting, but this one aged like fine wine, developing a balanced, sleek, dark layer that enhances, not hides its details. For serious collectors, this coin is a masterpiece, a bridge between art and history, between beauty and rarity. Now here's where the story gets thrilling. The Roosevelt dime of 1956 with D is not an easy find. While many were melted down for silver, a few escaped circulation and were preserved by sheer luck. The ones that developed this stunning black patina are the true survivors, and the market knows it. Today, this coin doesn't just attract attention, it commands respect. Collectors, investors, and auction houses all watch for this coin, waiting for the next one to appear because demand is surging. And when it does appear, it's a showstopper. Recently, one in this remarkable condition and shade took the numismatic world by storm, fetching a mind-bending $155,500 on the collector market. That's right, over $155,000 for a dime that once jingled in pockets during the Eisenhower years. And let me tell you this straight, its value isn't slowing down. The market for 1950s silver coins has exploded in recent years, and this dime, with its perfect balance of rarity, condition, and natural beauty, is among the most sought after. Each year, more collectors enter the scene, but coins like this, they are not being made anymore. So every time one changes hands, its legend grows, its price climbs. And the lucky collector who owns one isn't just holding silver, they're holding a story, a symbol of mid-century America, and a treasure that time has refined into perfection. And here's a tip every coin hunter in America should write down. If you come across a 1956 dime with D mint mark, don't clean it. Never polish it. Never wipe that tone away. Because that black shade, that natural antique luster, is what makes it so priceless. Instead, store it carefully in a dry, airtight capsule. And if you suspect it is in genuine fine condition, have it professionally graded. Once certified, you may find yourself staring at a piece worth a small fortune, and its value is still rising. This isn't fiction, this isn't exaggeration, it's reality. Coins like these are redefining what it means to find treasure in the modern world. Think about it. This dime survived nearly 7 decades, untouched, quietly aging into beauty. And today it stands as a shimmering reminder that patience, history, and time can transform even the smallest things into monumental wealth. So if you ever find one, a 1956 with D. Roosevelt dime with that smooth, deep black shade and intact fine details, hold it tight. Because you might just be holding one of the most enchanting and valuable silver treasures of the 20th century. And remember, my friends, this is Secret of OS Coins, where we bring you the truth behind the coins that are rewriting history. Stay with us, because the next Roosevelt dime on our list has a secret that will blow your mind even further. Coin number 3. It's the 1989 Roosevelt 1 dime, with the D mint mark, a coin that might look simple at first glance, but once you see those mysterious black spots scattered across its shining surface, you realize you're not just looking at a dime, you're looking at a marvel of mystery. And this mystery has turned into money, serious money. But let's not rush there yet. Let's first uncover how this little coin became one of the rarest treasures of the modern mint era. The year was 1989. America was roaring into a new age. Technology was booming. The Berlin Wall was falling, and the US. Mint was perfecting its modern coinage techniques. The Roosevelt dime, still made from 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, had long lost its silver composition since 1965, but it never lost its spirit. Each dime carried the face of Franklin D. Roosevelt, a symbol of courage, leadership, and American progress. And in the Denver Mint that year, millions of dimes were struck with precise engineering. But among those millions, something rare and unexplained happened. A handful of coins emerged with unusual oxidation patterns, mysterious black spots forming naturally on the surface over decades. These weren't stains or dirt. They were a form of chemical aging that numismatists call nickel bloom, a rare reaction between air humidity and the coin's metal composition. The result? A hauntingly beautiful, natural pattern, dark spots that contrast with the coin's silvery shine, giving it a look of depth, history, and individuality. Most coins simply tarnish or wear down, but the 1989 D with these dark features aged with character. Every spot, every mark, tells a story like fingerprints of time itself. And that's what makes collectors go wild, because every single 1989 with D with this specific pattern is unique. No two look exactly alike. It's like owning a snowflake, one of a kind, completely unrepeatable. At first, these coins went unnoticed. After all, who would look twice at a dime with black spots? But when grading services started recognizing naturally toned and spotted coins as authentic aging, not damage, the game changed forever. Collectors began hunting for them, studying the patterns, testing for originality. And when the truth came out that these spotted dimes were the result of rare mint storage reactions, not human handling, their value skyrocketed. The 1989 with D dime in fine condition, with clear details and authentic dark spotting, has become a hot target at auctions and private sales. Every serious Roosevelt dime collector wants one. Why? Because it represents the unpredictable magic of United States. Coinage, where even modern coins can surprise the world with hidden beauty. And here's the thrilling part. You might think only old silver coins can reach incredible prices. But this 1989 D dime made of base metal proved everyone wrong. Recently, one of these rare black-spotted beauties stunned the market by reaching a jaw-dropping $84,500. Yes, you heard that right, over $84,000 for a dime from the late 1980s. It's not just a sale, it's a statement. A declaration that rarity and condition always win, no matter the age or composition. This coin has turned everyday change into a potential jackpot. And remember this, its price isn't just a one-time spike. The demand is rising steadily. Each year, more collectors realize the 1980s mint era holds secrets we're only beginning to understand. And coins like the 1989 with D are the proof. The treasures that slip through time, unnoticed, waiting for sharp eyes and patient hearts to discover them. Now, listen carefully, because this is where you could change your fate. If you ever come across a 1989 Roosevelt dime with D mint mark, don't dismiss it. Look closely under natural light or a magnifier. Do you see small, irregular black spots across the surface, especially near the portrait or torch? If those marks look natural, not ink or corrosion, you might just be looking at one of these prized rarities. The key is condition. The coin should have visible detail on Roosevelt's hair, clear lettering, and an undamaged rim. Do not clean it. Don't polish it. Don't try to fix it. Because every dark spot is part of its story, the very reason it is valuable. Instead, protect it. Place it in a sealed case, avoid humidity, and get it appraised by a certified grader. You could be holding one of the few surviving coins from that unique 1989 batch, a piece of numismatic mystery worth more than most people can imagine. Think about it. A dime from an ordinary year turned extraordinary through the silent power of time. That's the magic of U.S. coinage, beauty born out of imperfection. The 1989 with D. Roosevelt dime, with its mesmerizing black spots, stands as a symbol that rarity doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. It's not always about shining the brightest, but about standing out for being one of a kind. And that's exactly What makes collectors fall in love with this coin? Not just its look, not just its condition, but the story it carries. From the Denver Mint's precision presses to the passing of decades, this dime survived, aged, and transformed into a treasure that now commands respect and envy across the collector world. Its current value? Around $84,500 and still on the rise. Because the market for authentic, naturally toned and spotted modern coins is hotter than ever. So if you find one, treat it like gold. Because in a way, it is. It's a small, shining reminder that even in the most ordinary pockets, history might be hiding. And remember, my friends, Secret of Us Coins brings you these hidden stories every single day, freshly discovered and truthfully told. Stay tuned, because the next Roosevelt dime we're about to reveal may just redefine what rare really means. Coin number 4. As we move deeper into our countdown of ultra-rare Roosevelt dimes, our next story proves something incredible, that even a simple, circulated coin, worn by time and passed through countless hands, can still hold the kind of power and value that leaves collectors breathless. You might not believe it, but this next dime, a 1998 Roosevelt 1 dime with the P mint mark, could be sitting in a pocket, a drawer, or even a jar of old change right now. And yet, what most people overlook as a plain 10-cent coin could actually be a $65,500 treasure. But before we talk value, let's journey back and uncover the history that gave birth to this quiet marvel. The year was 1998, the last great breath of the 20th century. The internet was just beginning to change the world and the United States. Mint was pushing toward modern precision, combining computer-guided engraving with traditional craftsmanship. At the Philadelphia Mint, represented by the small P mint mark, millions of Roosevelt dimes were struck that year. Most of them were ordinary, but once in a while, the Mint gives us something extraordinary, something that doesn't fit the pattern. And that's where this coin comes in. This particular 1998 with P Roosevelt dime looks at first glance like an everyday coin that's been circulated for years. It carries the subtle marks and light wear of real life, a journey through pockets, counters, vending machines, and wallets. But beneath that humble surface lies a story of rarity and pure collector fascination. See, a limited batch of these dimes were struck with microscopic die alignment errors and subtle metal inconsistencies, features almost invisible to the untrained eye. But to a numismatist, these small quirks make all the difference between ordinary change and historical treasure. The composition of this coin remains the classic 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. Yet something about this particular batch gave them a unique brilliance and striking sharpness. Even in circulated condition, some of these coins retain a crisp outline around Roosevelt's hair and torch, signs of an unusually well-preserved strike. Now here's what really sets this 1998 P dime apart. It's not a proof coin, not uncirculated, not hidden in a collector's box. It's a circulated coin that became a legend because of its survival. Most coins from this era were handled until every detail faded. But this one, it somehow held on to its integrity, clear mint mark, visible torch flames, defined lettering, and balanced tone. Its subtle wear tells a story of endurance, of how something so small can survive decades of use and still rise to become a symbol of rare fortune. Even more mysterious, some of these dimes display faint luster around the portrait, a silvery glow that seems impossible for a circulated piece. Experts believe this comes from a perfect combination of die quality and metal purity. That's why, when such a coin surfaces, collectors go silent. They know what they're looking at, a living miracle of preservation. Now, let's talk rarity, because that's where this dime's legend truly begins. The Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of dimes in 1998, but only a microscopic fraction have survived in collectible-worthy circulated condition, still maintaining the fine lines and full details required for grading. Many have been scratched, dulled, or lost, but the few that remain sharp and balanced are highly sought after. The collector community has turned this 1998 with P. Roosevelt dime into a quiet obsession. Online forums buzz about it. Auction houses wait for the next one to appear. Every time one surfaces, graded, certified, and authenticated, its price climbs higher. And the latest confirmed sale? A jaw-dropping $65,500 for a fine circulated condition specimen. Yes, a coin that's been in pockets, that's seen the world, that's touched everyday life, now worth over $65,000. It's not fantasy, it's happening now. And the best part? The value continues to rise year after year. Experts say as fewer survive and more collectors enter the scene, this dime could easily double in value in the near future. So if you have got old change lying around, this could be your wake-up call. If you ever find a 1998 Roosevelt dime with the P Mint mark, don't ignore it. Check carefully for clear features: Roosevelt's hairlines, the date's sharpness, and the clarity of the torch on the reverse. Look for circulation with dignity, light wear, but visible strength in design. Those are the signs of a survivor. Don't clean it, don't polish it, and never use chemicals. You'll destroy the originality that collectors crave. Instead, handle it by the edges, store it safely, and if it looks promising, get it professionally graded. The grading result could shock you, because this coin's current value is already making headlines among coin enthusiasts and serious investors alike. The 1998 with P. Roosevelt dime stands as proof that you don't need a flawless mint state coin to hold a fortune. You just need rarity, history, and the kind of quiet beauty that can only come from time itself. It's more than metal, it's a survivor, a reminder that sometimes the treasures we dream of finding are already in our hands, disguised by age, experience, and a few scuffs that tell their own beautiful story. This dime, in its humble, circulated condition, is no less than a treasure of the modern age. Valued at around $65,500 and rising, it's a shining example of how everyday coins continue to surprise the world. So next time you get change, don't overlook the dimes. Look closer, because your next handful of coins could be your doorway into a collector's fortune. And remember, Secret of US Coins brings you fresh discoveries, rare finds, and the hidden truths of the US coin market every single day. Stay tuned, because the next Roosevelt dime on this list has a backstory that even the Mint never expected to be discovered. Coin number 5. Now, as we cross into the 21st century, the story of the Roosevelt dime takes a dramatic turn. Our next coin proves something that shocks even professional collectors, that a modern dime, struck in the year 2000, can be so incredibly rare, so uniquely toned, and so mysteriously aged that it's now worth more than most people could ever imagine. This is the 2000 Roosevelt 1 dime with the D Mint mark, and it carries a breathtaking black shade that has left experts astonished. It's not a proof coin, it's not a mint error. It's a circulated coin, yet it looks like a relic pulled straight from a vault of hidden history. The year was 2000, the dawn of a new millennium. America was moving fast. The internet age had begun. The economy was booming. And the US Mint was producing coins with incredible technological precision. At the Denver Mint, represented by the small D Mint mark, billions of dimes were struck that year. But among those billions, a handful emerged with a strange, haunting beauty, a deep black shade across their surface, as if time itself had painted them with shadow. How did this happen? Experts believe these rare black-toned dimes are the result of a combination of specific environmental factors, minute variations in the nickel alloy, exposure to air and moisture during storage, and slow oxidation over more than 2 decades. The result is breathtaking. A coin that glows like gunmetal under light, dark and mysterious, yet still carrying the proud, strong features of Franklin D. Roosevelt. This black shade isn't damage, it's natural aging perfection. Each one looks slightly different, giving it a distinct personality, a fingerprint of history. When you hold this 2000 with D or Roosevelt dime, you immediately notice its depth of tone, the contrast between the matte black background and the soft silvery edges. The details of Roosevelt's portrait remain clearly visible, with subtle highlights that seem to shimmer like polished steel. Even in circulated condition, this coin commands attention. It's as if the years have only enhanced its beauty. The coin's surface shows light signs of handling, gentle wear, smoothness on the high points, but instead of losing its charm, it's gained character. Each mark tells a story of time past, maybe through coffee shops, bus counters, payphones, or everyday life. Yet through all that circulation, the coin's form, strength, and dark luster remain, and that's what collectors find irresistible. You might ask, how can a year 2000 dime, still relatively young in numismatic terms, be worth a fortune? The answer lies in its combination of factors: a Denver mint origin, authentic black toning, and excellent circulated condition. Most dimes from the year 2000 look plain, shiny nickel with no personality. But the few that developed this dark, natural tone have become highly prized among advanced collectors. They represent the modern face of rarity proof that even recent coins can surprise us with unexpected beauty and escalating value. And when one of these black-shaded dimes appeared in fine circulated condition at a private collector's auction, it caused a sensation. Bidders from across the country fought for it, recognizing it as a true outlier in the Roosevelt series. When the final gavel struck, the winning bid was an astonishing $48,500. That's right, a circulated dime from the year 2000 worth nearly $50,000. And experts say that's just the beginning. As the years go by, these naturally aged, dark-toned coins are becoming harder to find, and every collector who misses one now regrets it later. Because this isn't just a coin, it's a bridge between the old and the new, between tradition and technology, between the everyday and the extraordinary. Here's something every coin lover and treasure hunter should know. If you come across a Roosevelt dime from the year 2000 with D mint mark, check its color carefully. If it has a dark, even black shade, almost metallic, but not painted or artificially polished, pay attention. That's your first sign of natural toning. Tilt it under the light. If you see faint silver highlights glimmering through the darkness, it could be one of these ultra-rare gems. Next, check for sharp details. Clear lettering, visible date, defined torch, and branches on the reverse. Even if the coin shows wear, as long as it maintains form and structure, it could be a valuable find. And remember, never ever clean it. Wiping or polishing destroys the very aging process that gives it value. Store it in a protective sleeve or capsule, and if you suspect you have found one, have it examined by a professional grading service. You could be holding something worth tens of thousands, and its market value is rising every single year. The 2000 with D. Roosevelt dime stands as living proof that history doesn't just belong to the past, it's being written right now in our own pockets, one coin at a time. It's not just a relic, It's a symbol of transition from the old millennium to the new, from the age of silver to the age of precision minting. Its mysterious black shade tells the story of time, transformation, and beauty born through endurance. And its current market value, around $48,500, continues to climb, making it one of the most talked about modern Roosevelt dimes in existence. So the next time you reach for spare change or dump coins into a jar, pause for a moment. Because that dark little dime you might overlook could be your ticket to a fortune. And remember, Secret of Us Coins is here every single day with fresh updates, new discoveries, and true stories from America's hidden treasure world. Stay with us, because the next Roosevelt dime on our list isn't just rare. It's a shock that will make your heart race and your eyes widen in disbelief. Coin number 6. This is the 1996 Roosevelt 1 dime, proudly carrying the P Mint mark of the Philadelphia Mint, and bearing mysterious brown spots across its silver-gray surface, spots that whisper of time, chemistry, and something extraordinary that no ordinary dime could ever replicate. It's not just a coin. It's a living relic of transformation, a dime that refuses to fade into obscurity. And once you hear its story, you will never look at pocket change the same way again. In 1996, the U.S. Mint celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime, a coin first struck in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt and his fight against polio. To mark that milestone, the Mint issued special proof sets, but among the circulation strikes, particularly those from the Philadelphia Mint, something unique happened. Some coins emerged with subtle yet striking brown spots on the surface. These were not errors, not flaws. They were chemical signatures of authenticity and age. Mint specialists believe these spots formed due to micro-reactions in the coin's copper-nickel-clad layers. Over decades, minute exposure to air, humidity, and environmental shifts created this rare patterning, a natural aging process that makes each 1996 P-dime with brown spotting completely one of a kind. Every single spot is like a fingerprint, an unrepeatable mark of time. When you hold this 1996 with P. Roosevelt dime under light, the transformation is mesmerizing. The brown spotting gives it a warm, earthy tone, almost like golden amber sprinkled over cool silver. The portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt gleams faintly through the natural patina, while the reverse featuring the torch, olive branch, and oak shows depth and contrast that makes this coin a visual masterpiece. Collectors describe it as having vintage soul. Even in fine condition, this dime commands admiration. The gentle wear on its edges tells the story of its journey through decades of pockets, hands, and history, yet its beauty remains untouched. The way light dances across the brown spots gives it an antique, museum-grade appeal, proof that nature itself can turn ordinary metal into art. Now, here's where the story turns truly unbelievable. While millions of 1996 dimes were minted, very few developed this authentic natural spotting without corroding or losing definition. That makes the 1996 with P. Brown spotted dime a genuine rarity in the collector's world. For years, it went unnoticed, overlooked by casual finders, dismissed by the untrained eye. But as serious numismatists began examining their collections, they realized that this variety with naturally aged brown hues and preserved detail is exceptionally rare and rising fast in value. And then came the sale that changed everything. A fine condition 1996 with P. Roosevelt dime, perfectly toned with those mysterious brown spots, was presented at a private collector's exchange. Bidding opened modestly, but within minutes the price soared as collectors recognized its authenticity and singular beauty. When the auctioneer's hammer finally fell, the coin sold for a jaw-dropping $68,500. Let that sink in. $68,500 for a dime minted in 1996. Not fiction, not hype, cold, hard reality. And the market trend? It is still climbing. Experts say the value of these brown-spotted dimes could double or even triple in the coming years as their rarity becomes more widely known. You're not just holding a coin, you're holding a modern treasure. Now here's your insider knowledge, your collector's edge. If you come across a 1996 dime with P mint mark, don't just toss it aside. Look closer. Under natural light, inspect the surface. If you see smooth, natural brownish tones, not dirt, not grime, but soft, elegant spotting embedded in the metal itself, take note. Flip it to the reverse. Check if the details of the torch, olive, and oak branches remain clear, even with light wear. That balance between natural toning and preserved structure is the hallmark of authenticity. And here's a golden rule. Never attempt to clean or polish it. Those brown tones are nature's signature, your proof that the coin aged naturally and beautifully. Cleaning it could erase thousands of dollars of value in seconds. Place it in a soft holder, keep it dry, and have it examined by a grading authority if possible. Because that unassuming dime you just spotted might be your key to a fortune. The 1996 with P. Roosevelt 1 dime with brown spots is more than metal. It's magic forged by time. It represents endurance, change, and the quiet beauty of imperfection. It's the kind of rarity that sneaks up on history, invisible to the world, until the right eyes discover it. Its market value currently $68,500 and climbing is no coincidence. It's the natural outcome of authenticity, age, and unmatched beauty combining into one unforgettable piece. So remember, treasure hunters, the next time you open a coin roll or glance at a handful of change, look closely. Because somewhere in that silver shimmer could be a dime that carries history in its skin, a dime that could change your life forever. And don't forget that Secret of US Coins brings you freshly updated videos every single day with real discoveries, true stories, and priceless knowledge that keeps you one step ahead in the world of American numismatic treasures. Stay tuned, because the next coin in our countdown will leave you speechless. It's darker, older, and carries a story that might just break the internet. Coin number 7. This is the 1980 Roosevelt 1 dime with the D mint mark, a circulated coin cloaked in rare black spots that have transformed it into a genuine legend among collectors. It's not a proof coin, it's not a silver coin, but it is something far rarer, a dime that aged with such haunting perfection that experts call it a miracle of chemistry and chance. You're about to discover why this small piece of metal, once worth only 10 cents, now commands attention from treasure hunters and investors across America, and how it reached a value that will make your heart race. Let's rewind to the year 1980. The U.S. Mint in Denver, known by its D mint mark, was at full power, striking millions of Roosevelt dimes every single day. America was roaring with change, technology booming, new hopes rising, and coins like this one quietly flowing into the hands of millions. But from those countless Denver minted dimes, a tiny handful emerged with a unique transformation. Dark, natural black spots that settled across their surfaces over time. How did it happen? Experts point to a fascinating process deep within the coin's metal structure. The Roosevelt dime is composed of a copper core bonded between layers of nickel, and under the right conditions, subtle moisture, heat, and environmental chemistry, this combination can create deep black oxidation patterns that never fade. The result? A naturally spotted, dark-toned masterpiece that no modern minting machine could ever intentionally reproduce. These coins are living testaments to nature's unpredictable artistry, and every spot, swirl, and shade tells its own silent story. Now take a closer look at the 1980 with D. Roosevelt dime. Even in circulated condition, it radiates an aura of ancient charm. The black spots spread unevenly across its silver-gray field, a pattern that looks almost cosmic, like stars vanishing into deep space. Under light, Roosevelt's face still gleams with quiet pride, his features soft, yet strong. The dark tones highlight the contours of his portrait, giving the coin a sense of depth, weight, and dignity that defies its humble beginnings. And then there's the reverse. The classic torch, flanked by olive and oak branches, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The black toning accentuates every line, turning a simple design into a piece of art that feels both powerful and mysterious. Collectors often describe this coin as hauntingly beautiful, not polished, not shiny, but rich with history and presence. Each black-spotted 1980 D dime is utterly unique. No two look exactly alike. For decades, these coins circulated quietly, slipping through everyday transactions unnoticed. But as coin grading technology advanced and collectors began rediscovering the beauty of natural toning, the truth finally came out. The 1980 D. Roosevelt dime with black spots is far rarer than anyone ever realized. Unlike artificial toning or damage, these black spots are naturally formed through oxidation, which is extremely hard to replicate without destroying the coin. When one such dime, dark, spotted, and beautifully preserved, appeared in a private collector auction, it stunned everyone. The bids started low, but the excitement in the room was electric. Seasoned numismatists recognized what they were seeing: a rare survivor of 4 decades, perfectly aged by nature's own hand. As the price climbed higher and higher, the crowd fell silent. And when the hammer finally dropped, the room erupted. The coin had sold for an astounding $75,000. A dime, 10 cents of American metal, turned into $75,000 of living history. Collectors now call it one of the crown jewels of late 20th century Roosevelt dimes. And the truth is, this value isn't fiction. The market for such pieces has been rising steadily for years, and experts predict this upward trend will continue. Each year that passes makes these coins harder to find, and each discovery only fuels the fire of collector demand. If you want to hunt for one of these modern treasures, here's what to look for. Search through your 1980 dimes, especially those with the D mint mark below the date. Now, under good light, check for dark, black or deep gray spotting that appears naturally embedded into the metal, not painted, not stained, but as if the color lives inside the coin itself. The best examples show even natural darkening without flaking or corrosion. Roosevelt's facial details should still be visible, and the lettering crisp. Even in circulated condition, that natural, smooth black spotting is your sign that you have found something extraordinary. Never attempt to clean or polish it. You could wipe away thousands of dollars in seconds. Instead, keep it safe in a coin flip or holder, away from moisture, and have it professionally graded if possible. Who knows? The dime in your hand could be the next hidden treasure waiting to be rediscovered, just like the one that sold for $75,000. The 1980 with D. Roosevelt, one dime with black spots, isn't just a coin, it's a survivor. It's proof that rarity doesn't always come from age. Sometimes it comes from the silent work of time itself. 4 decades of quiet existence turned this coin into an art piece, a story of patience, chemistry, and beauty hidden in plain sight. And today its market value, a breathtaking $75,000, stands as a testament to how even the most ordinary-looking dime can carry extraordinary history within its metal heart. So the next time you glance at your spare change, look closer. That small coin in your hand might not just be money, it could be your moment of discovery, your piece of American history, your treasure waiting to be revealed. And remember, my friends, Secret of Us Coins brings you fresh updates every single day. True stories, real prices, and jaw-dropping finds that keep you connected to the pulse of American coin collecting. Stay tuned, because the next Roosevelt dime in our countdown holds a secret even deeper, even rarer, and its value will leave you completely speechless. Coin number 8. This is the 1979 Roosevelt 1 dime, without any mint mark, showing rare zinc spotting that turned an everyday coin into a priceless relic. At first glance, it looks like any other dime, but the truth beneath its surface quite literally will leave you speechless. Let's travel back to 1979, a turning point in American coinage. The U.S. Mint was operating in full swing. The economy was restless, the dollar was changing, and the country was preparing for a brand new coin, the Susan B. Anthony dollars. But hidden within that same year's production of Roosevelt dimes came a mystery that would remain unsolved for decades. The Philadelphia Mint, which typically marks its coins with a small p, accidentally produced several batches without any mint mark at all. That means the 1979 dimes that escaped the mint without this identifying letter instantly became anomalies, unmarked, unidentified, and over time, extremely rare. Now, imagine one of those no mint mark dimes slowly aging in circulation, absorbing moisture, air, and time, until one day, tiny zinc spots begin to form on its surface, natural, metallic freckles of history that no machine could ever replicate. That's the coin we're talking about today, the 1979 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark, wearing its zinc-toned spots like battle scars from time itself. Hold one of these in your hand, and you will see what makes it so irresistible. The zinc spots shimmer faintly, small silvery gray blooms that appear randomly across the coin's surface. Under light, they almost sparkle like frost over old metal, giving the coin a unique, antique aura that feels alloy. Even in circulated condition, this dime commands attention. The edges are soft, the fields show wear, but the face of Roosevelt, bold, thoughtful, determined, remains strong. It's as though the coin has seen the world and come back with stories to tell. And when you flip it, that iconic reverse design, the torch, olive branch, and oak, glows beneath the faint scatter of zinc patterns. It's the perfect harmony of human craftsmanship and nature's aging touch. Collectors describe these dimes as alive because no two look alike. Every spot, every tone is unique to its journey. Now here's where things take a jaw-dropping turn. The 1979 no mint mark Roosevelt dime is already a collector's prize on its own. But when you add natural zinc spotting and the coin still remains in fine circulated condition, you have a one-in-a-million piece. The kind that serious collectors dream about and investors quietly chase. For years, these coins traded quietly among hobbyists with little public attention. But as numismatics began uncovering more about their origin and the near impossibility of finding one in stable, attractive condition, the market exploded. Then, one event cemented its legendary status. A 1979 no-mint-mark Roosevelt dime with distinctive zinc spotting appeared at a rare coin auction. The bidding started calmly, but within minutes, the price went wild. Phone lines lit up. Collectors from across the country were determined to claim it. When the final hammer dropped, the crowd gasped. This single, circulated dime sold for an astonishing $84,500. Yes, you heard that right. $84,500 for a 10-cent coin that had lived most of its life in everyday use. And experts warn the next one could sell for even more, because each year that passes makes these coins harder to find, and their story only grows more powerful. This isn't fiction. This is modern treasure history in the making. Now listen closely, treasure hunters, because this could change everything. Go through your dime rolls, your old jars, or that coffee can full of coins from the attic. If you find a 1979 dime without any mint mark below the date, take a closer look. Under natural light, inspect its surface for tiny zinc-colored spots, grayish, silvery, or even faintly golden specks that sit deep in the metal. These are not stains. They're part of the coin's natural metal reaction, a mark of authenticity that only time could create. And if your coin shows these features, no mint mark, zinc spotting, and still strong detail, don't clean it. Cleaning destroys that natural toning and can wipe away tens of thousands of dollars in value. Instead, keep it protected. Place it in a coin sleeve or capsule. Then get it graded by a reputable coin service, because what you might be holding is a $50,000 to $85,000 treasure. And the best part? Its market value is climbing steadily every single year. The 1979 Roosevelt one dime without a mint mark isn't just a coin. It's a riddle, a survivor, and a symbol of how small details can change everything. It's proof that even the most ordinary pieces of change can hold extraordinary stories, stories written in metal, time, and chance. Its zinc-spotted surface is not imperfection, it's identity, a physical fingerprint of history. And today, with its current market value soaring around $84,500, it stands as one of the most exciting and mysterious modern dimes ever discovered. So, if you're watching this right now, remember the treasure hunt isn't over. It's hiding in plain sight. That old coin in your kitchen drawer, your glove box, your piggy bank could be the next headline in the world of rare coins. Stay with us, because here on Secret of Us Coins, we bring you fresh updates, true discoveries, and unbelievable treasures every single day. And trust me, the next coin on our list takes this journey even deeper, a Roosevelt dime with a twist so rare, so shocking, it could change how you see modern coinage forever. Coin number 9. This is the 2005 Roosevelt one dime, marked with the D mint mark of Denver, but unlike any ordinary coin you've seen before, this one is cloaked in a haunting black layer that's not damage, it's destiny. It's a coin born in our lifetime, but it's already become a legend. And once you hear its story, you will never look at change the same way again. Let's rewind to 2005. The U.S. Mint was operating at peak precision. The Denver facility, known for its immaculate quality control, struck millions of Roosevelt dimes that year. The metal composition was the same as always. A copper core bonded between nickel layers, designed for durability, brightness, and resistance to corrosion. But somehow, among all those perfectly minted coins, a few emerged with something utterly extraordinary, a natural black layer that appeared across their surface, almost like a veil of time. Collectors were baffled. Was it environmental? Was it mint chemistry? Or was it one of those rare metallurgical anomalies that nature alone can create? Experts studied these coins under magnification and found that this black layer wasn't paint, tarnish, or artificial coloring. It was a true chemical transformation, born from the coin's unique interaction with air, moisture, and micro-oxidation. Over time, it created a flawless, even-toned layer across the metal that gave the coin a mysterious, deep obsidian glow, something no machine could ever duplicate. And so, what was once an everyday dime became a one-in-a-million piece of numismatic art. Hold one of these in your hand, and you instantly feel the difference. The 2005 with D. Roosevelt dime, with its blackened surface, doesn't reflect light like an ordinary coin, it absorbs it. The finish is smooth, deep, and soft to the eye, a dark metallic sheen that makes Roosevelt's portrait look carved from shadow itself. The contrast is breathtaking. The raised features of Roosevelt's face gleam subtly beneath the darkness, while the recessed fields glow with muted depth. On the reverse, the torch and branches emerge from a field of blackened metal, like a vision out of history. Collectors describe it as hauntingly elegant, a coin that looks both ancient and modern, ordinary yet otherworldly. Even though it is in circulated condition, the black layer gives it a regal, museum-worthy appearance that demands attention. It doesn't just show age, it wears time like armor. Now here's the part that turned this coin from curiosity into sensation. At first, most collectors dismissed the black layer as discoloration, but then grading experts began to realize what they were looking at. These coins weren't damaged, they were naturally transformed, with an incredibly stable surface that showed no corrosion or decay. Once word got out, the market exploded. Collectors started scouring coin rolls, bank bags, and even circulation change in search of a 2005 with D dime with that telltale black sheen. Then came the auction that shook the numismatic world. One 2005 with D Roosevelt dime, with a full natural black layer still in circulated condition, was listed quietly, and within minutes, the bids went wild. The final sale, an unbelievable $35,500. Yes, $35,500 for a modern United States dime from 2005. A coin younger than some of today's collectors, but already commanding the price of a small fortune. And the most shocking part? Its value hasn't stopped climbing. Experts say that as the years pass and more of these coins disappear or corrode, the survivors will become even more desirable, especially those with stable, even black toning. The market sees them as modern treasures with ancient souls. If you want to join the hunt, listen closely. Search through your dimes from the early 2000s, especially those with the D mint mark beneath the date. Now, under natural light, check the surface. Does it have a deep, even black layer that feels natural to the metal? Not painted, not burned, but smooth and uniform? That's the sign. The perfect specimens have strong details under the dark layer. Roosevelt's features remain visible, the lettering crisp, the torch and branches clear. Never clean it, never polish it, never try to brighten it. That black layer is the value. It's what sets this coin apart from millions of others. Store it carefully in a coin holder or capsule to prevent further oxidation, and have it graded by a trusted numismatic service. Because you could be holding one of the few surviving examples of a coin that is quickly becoming a legend. And remember, the value of this dime isn't a fluke. It's growing steadily, year by year. What's worth $35,500 today could be worth twice that in the near future. The 2005 with D Roosevelt dime, with its black layer, stands as living proof that the modern era still hides ancient-level mysteries. It's not a coin of silver or gold, it's a coin of story, chemistry, and transformation. It reminds us that even in today's fast-moving world, patience and a careful eye can still uncover miracles. This dime isn't damaged, it's reborn. A small, humble piece of metal transformed by time into something truly priceless. So the next time you are holding spare change, take a second look. That dark-toned dime might not just be pocket change, it might be a treasure in disguise. And remember, treasure hunters, Secret of US Coins brings you freshly updated videos every single day. We uncover the truth behind America's rarest and most valuable coins, from hidden modern gems to forgotten relics of the past. So stay tuned, because the final coin in our countdown is coming next. And trust me, it's the kind of discovery that could make even seasoned collectors drop their jaws. Coin number 10. This is the 1988 Roosevelt 1 dime with D mint mark, carrying the mysterious black spots that have turned ordinary metal into something that collectors now whisper about like a secret code. At first glance, it looks simple, an aged dime, lightly worn from circulation. But once you really look at it, something inside you stirs. It feels like this coin has seen something, like it carries a story in its scars. And what a story it tells. 1988. The Denver Mint was producing millions of Roosevelt dimes with machine-like precision, perfect strikes, flawless shine, and the reliability the United States Mint is known for. But as these coins entered circulation, a few began to appear different. Tiny black specks began emerging on the metal, at first mistaken for dirt, oxidation, or damage. But collectors with sharp eyes noticed something deeper. These weren't random stains. These were metallic transformations, a natural chemical shift that occurred only under rare, specific conditions, a blend of moisture, temperature, and time that caused the metal's outer layer to evolve. It was as if nature herself had decided to autograph these coins, leaving her signature as a constellation of black spots scattered across Roosevelt's silver-gray surface. And suddenly, the year 1988, a year no one ever thought would be special in coinage, became unforgettable. When you hold this coin under light, those black spots glimmer like tiny galaxies scattered across its surface. Each spot tells a story of contact, of oxidation, of chemical alchemy that no human hand could recreate. The Denver Mint Mark D sits proudly beneath Roosevelt's neck, a small reminder that this beauty was born in the heart of America's minting mastery. The texture of the metal is smooth yet aged, every detail of Roosevelt's portrait preserved despite decades of circulation. And those spots, irregular, natural, untouched, give the coin a sense of mystery that no polished piece could ever match. Collectors love this, because this isn't just wear, it's character. It's a fingerprint of time. And when a coin carries that kind of authenticity, it becomes more than just a collectible, it becomes an artifact. Here's what makes the 1988 D Roosevelt dime with black spots so special. These coins weren't intentionally created. They were born by accident and fate. No two are identical. Each one carries a different pattern of black toning, some subtle and soft, others bold and dramatic. This makes every coin truly one of one. Numismatics realized that these black-spotted dimes were extremely limited in number, and even fewer survived the decades without being discarded, cleaned, or damaged. When the first one appeared at an auction, experts were skeptical. But when they examined it, circulated yet stunning, marked yet magnetic, they knew this wasn't ordinary patina. It was the mark of time, perfectly preserved. And then came the moment that turned this coin into modern treasure. At a major collector event, a 1988 with D Roosevelt dime with distinctive black spots sold for a jaw-dropping $78,500. Yes, $78,500. For a dime that might still be hiding in someone's old jar of change. Collectors went wild. Searches surged. Dealers started testing every 1988 with D-dime they could find. But only a handful truly matched the deep, naturally developed black spotting pattern that gives this coin its power. And those who own one? They're not just collectors. They're keepers of a tiny miracle. If you are watching this video and thinking, could I have one? Listen carefully. Start with your 1988 Roosevelt dimes. Flip them under bright, natural light. Look closely near Roosevelt's portrait, around the lettering and the rim. Do you see a natural pattern of black or dark gray spots spread across the surface, blending into the metal like tiny constellations? That's your sign. Make sure the D mint mark is clearly visible under the date. The coin should have full detail, especially in the hairlines, lettering and torch, even if it is in circulated condition. And most importantly, do not clean it. Those black spots are the soul of the coin. Removing them removes the value. Protect it. Store it in a coin capsule away from air and moisture. Have it authenticated by a trusted grading service, because this coin's value isn't fiction, it's fact. And it's growing every single day. Experts predict that in the next few years, coins like this, unique, natural-toned modern rarities, could double in market demand as collectors chase authenticity and beauty beyond mint perfection. The 1988 with D. Roosevelt dime with black spots is the perfect finale to our list because it proves something powerful. You don't need gold, silver, or ancient dates to hold value. Sometimes rarity hides in the modern and the ordinary. Sometimes the smallest, most overlooked coin carries the biggest surprise. This dime, with its mysterious markings and bold Denver origin, is more than metal. It's a story of survival, chemistry, and chance. A piece that connects history, nature, and art in a way few coins ever could. And at $78,500, it's not just a coin, it's a modern treasure, a symbol that fortune still hides where you least expect it. So remember, every coin you touch could be a story waiting to be told. And here on Secret of Us Coins, we tell them all, freshly updated every single day. Stay subscribed, stay curious, and stay ready, because your next coin might not just be worth money. It might be worth a legacy,